What do you got?
Oh, another whale bass.
Another bass. Look at you go. You're the bass master today. Good job. All right, welcome back, regular viewers. This week, quick video on changing out your fuel water separator, okay? This one right here is a lot older. A lot of my brothers in the frozen north are beginning to put their boats up for the year, so I wanted to show something that it's always good to do at the end of the season here. This fuel water separator has been on here over a year, and you can see that it's beginning to rust. These things are made out of some wafer thin steel, so those can turn into pinholes real quick, especially if you let it go. So this one's about ready to be changed out. So today, for this job, we're going to quietly install we're going to use a pair of filter pliers. We're going to need a funnel, and we're going to need our pickled okra. Okay, preferably without the okras in it. And I'm going to do this operation here. This is just a transmission fluid pan. All right. Now, I did loosen this one prior to showing it to you, so sometimes you do have to put some mustard on it to loosen it. Okay. In this boat, you can see it's mounted really low, so you really don't have a ton of room to work with. This is a Tracker Pro 170, and I installed this myself to have the ability to have a fuel water separator. Okay, now this is filled to the top with fuel. Let's get this over this right here. If I had a bigger jar, that would be better, but first world problems. Okay.
I got the drip pan underneath.
That is why we got the drip pan underneath. Okay, so let's take a look-see here. What are we looking for in a fuel water separator filter?
Garbage.
Water. Okay, but yes, there is plenty of garbage down in here. So it was probably good to change this one out. This one, I don't know if that's just garbage from our fuel, which would be a little scary, which is why we have so many fuel filters in our motor. But the good news is there's no water in here. So this fuel, we can strain this and pour it right back into the tank. Don't forget to take your plastic cover off. That'd be a rookie mistake right there.
One you'd hate to see.
That was one that you would hate. And just generally throw your filter wherever you want. Okay, so before we install it, we're going to inspect the gasket here. Make sure that there's nothing wrong with it. And then we're going to look at these threads by turning it around right here and making sure that there's no machine flaws with those threads, that they are nice and clean and there's no junk on it, all right? I'm going to put just a little bit of used motor oil on this gasket right here. Hopefully, maybe. There we go.
Yay.
Just a little bit. And just run that around with your finger. And I like to just do that just to help out with the seal on it. We're not going to be, mixing a whole bunch of fuel into the gasoline by doing that there, but it helps just make sure that this rubber gasket stays, malleable and moist. Right. And also, I didn't point this out on here, but it also even says it here on the instructions. It says to coat the sealing ring with oil and the threads. So we're going to do the threads too, just a skosh of oil on the threads. There you go. Nothing crazy, just we want to make sure that that when it connects to when it mates with this surface over here, that it's nice and lubricated. So we're not going to be cross-threading it. Before I install this filter, I'm going to use my favorite fingernail polish that I swiped from my wife, the regular editor, and we're going to write a date on this one, okay? So this is October.
So that would be 10.
Thank you. Good job. And it is the year of our Lord, 20 and 25, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I use fingernail polish. It's a pretty tough paint. So it will hopefully withstand the rigors of life here on the back of the boat. So we're going to have to wait a few minutes for that to dry. And it's with my most humble apology that I showed you the wrong funnel. Please accept my humble apology here. So we have, again, gone and swiped something from the regular editor here. We swiped a coffee filter, and we are going to filter this fuel nicely and neatly back through and prime this fuel filter so that we don't have to wait for the fuel pump to fill it full of fuel or pump the ball or any of that stuff. Let's reinstall our fuel filter. And this boat does not give you a lot of room to work. All right, there we go. Just hand tight, and now we're good for another year. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them below. If you'd like to, you can send us an email address to our regular recurring email address right here. Well, that's all we have for you this week. Thank you for tuning in, and remember to change out your fuel water separator every year. You stay regular. Hey, what are you kids doing?